The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. First and foremost, I like to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Radash. I'm from the prophets in Babylon, out of the Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of prophets in Babylon out of Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm the brother Athiak Napash. I like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, those fine brothers who teach well and who rule well and are great examples to us brothers out here. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Lesson for today, such is the way of an adulterous woman. And yeah, I was inspired to do this video through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, first and foremost. This morning, I was looking at the beloved brother from out of South Carolina, Elder Montezakba, and he had a 1 to 1.5 minute video. One of those, I think it's I could have been Maury Povich. No, I'm sorry, Salakia. It was, I don't know, it might have been Judge Lynn Toller. I'm not for sure. But it was one of those court TV shows. And these men were getting paternity tests to see if these kids were theirs. So I think it was 3 different men the beloved brother showed on the video. It's a very short video. And the first one, the judge said, well, when it comes to this baby right here, whatever the child's name was, you're not the father. And he kind of had a puzzled look on his face. And the woman, she broke down and she just went to crying. And, I was like, personally, I didn't have no sympathy for her because I just felt like, these wicked women, they'll cry at anything. It doesn't take much for them to cry. They're the best actors, outside of Hollywood, And it was more probably because she was caught, busted, embarrassed, what have you. And so they went to the second guy, and they asked him, when it comes to this child, he's not the father. The woman, she didn't show no emotion or what have you. And, he kind of had a look on his face like, dang, Then the third guy, I think he had 3 kids. Another Jake, he had 3 kids, and all 3 of these kids weren't his. And he kind of had I could see he had he didn't cry or nothing, but he had a sad look on his face, because you could tell he had real love for those kids, he in which most Jake men love their kids. A lot of times they're not in the child's life because of the victim of circumstances, because the mother is over controlling and controls the narrative so much to the point that the man will leave, So I get it, you know. And some of you brothers out there who in this truth and knowledge, I'm sure y'all been there, what have you. But I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you know, he was a Jake, but my heart kind of went out for him. You know, I kind of felt bad for him because you could see the passion that he, you know, he really did love those kids, and then to find out that they're not, you know. But you know, these women are so wicked out here, man. You know, and I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of them are. You know, they because you have to understand, you know, we're just like, you know, Jake is under the curses. You know, these women out here, they're under the curses as well. You know, and to give the proof, let's go into Amos chapter 7. Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Yeah, this is part of the curses, you know, that our women would be harlots in the city. And this is why you have shows like the Judge Lynn Toller or Divorce Court, um, Maury Povich, and before he died, Jerry Springer. You know, that's why you have shows like this, because you know we're under the curses, and you know, of course, Esau makes mockery, you know, of the curses, because they always had this narrative like they always have everything together, which really they're not, because when you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, you see spiritual stance, you see that they don't, because look at how the circumstances of the world, you know, the unrighteous decrees that we're under, you know. But you know, of course, that's another story, you know, another lesson for another day. But yeah, you know, when you look at all the things that's going on around, you know, this earth, because you got to remember the scriptures do say that this you know, that the earth is you know, controlled by the wicked, under the control of the wicked. So roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, you know, they're gonna always create the narrative like they got it together. But like I say, getting back to Jake's under the curses, you know, according to Deuteronomy 28. But yeah, you know, these women are very wicked out here, and especially this time, and this time of the end that we're living in, you know. So I have some more scriptures here I'm gonna go into. Just to back up how wicked these women are. Ecclesiastes 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 25, verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty or to gad abroad. Yeah, so these are the, you know, these are the commands of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, spoken through his prophets, you know. And so you see what's happening with these women who've been given liberty and who gad abroad. Utter chaos, you know. but it wasn't meant to be this way, because at the end of the day, the man is supposed to be the God over the woman. And in a righteous kingdom that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to establish for all of Israel, it'll be back in decency and order, you know. And Lord willing, you know, we're those men that the Lord, you know, those men who are of the elect, who will have firsthand in being able to be a part, be the biggest part of it, the whole thing, you know. So Lord willing, we'll be those men. Let me jump back here to verse 24 of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah, so, you know, through the woman, this is how sin entered into the world, you know. And look how much worse it's gotten since then, you know. Not too long ago, the beloved brother Ibar, our camp leader in of prophets in Babylon, he was bringing out that it was a man who went to jail for 5 years, and he didn't come to find out. They went and did a DNA test. Come to find out, he was paying. He went to jail for no reason, you know. And come to find out, the children that he went to jail behind, they weren't even his. And the judge asked the woman, you know, well, do you know who the father is, you know, the baby's father is? And she said, yeah, I talk to him all the time. Yeah, so it just shows you how wicked these women are, because she could have very easily told him, hey, look, this is not his child, what have you, you know what I'm saying? But because these women are so wicked, you know, because she was so wicked in particular, you know, she didn't care as long as she was, you know, she didn't care. And that's why a majority of these women who represent the 2/3, they're going to be destroyed. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will sit down and open her quiver. And I think y'all know, brothers out there who are astute know exactly what the quiver means. Against every arrow. And I'm sure you know what that arrow means. You astute brothers out there, you know. I mean, you know what it means. So it just, you know, the scriptures, one thing about the scriptures, it always line up with other scriptures, you know, because that exactly explains, you know, the first one with Proverbs 30 and 20, along with Amos 7 and 17 about the women being harlots in the city. Let's skip down to verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Yeah. So you women out there who are faithful to your husbands, you know, and you support him, things like that, the Lord's going to bless you. But these women who are with men, and, you know, they have that harlot spirit on them, you know, they'll be counted as spittle, and they're going to be destroyed, man. They're going to be part of that lake of fire, you know. Verse 25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Yeah, so, you know, these women, you know, these days, most of these women, these wicked women out here who make up a big part of that 2/3, they have no shame. You know, they're very shameless. And that's why the Lord is going to bring that lake. Another reason why the Lord is going to bring that lake of fire to a lot of you wicked women out here. But at the same time, you know, the one who a woman who is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Yeah. So, you know, I hope this was an edifying lesson to you brothers and you few sisters out here. And once again, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Radash. Special special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, those fine brothers who teach well and who rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.